Welcome to the channel. It's that time of the week where we talk about the latest motorsport news. Every week we're here with the latest updates, so please do make sure you drop a subscribe and follow for all of the latest news. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So first of all, here's the Gone in 60 Seconds channel. This is where we have all of the latest car reviews. So you see we've got the Renault 4 there, the VW Transporter Shuttle, an Ioniq 9 and the Peugeot 5008. Coming up this week is a review on the new Nissan Micra, which I drove today, which was a brilliant little car. We've got some launches coming up as well, the Chery Tiggo 4 and the Aeon launch, all happening this week, so plenty to look out for on the channel. Then the PGF1 and Motorsport channel, which is this channel that we're in today. As you see, I put on my news on there. All of the motorsport news goes on here, so this is definitely worth a follow. Please do make sure you subscribed. So straight off, we're going to hit some BTCC news because it starts next week and they've been testing this week. So Nick Hamilton has joined the Touring Car Championship again this year. He has joined forces with the defending champions Virtue, and he's got the Draper Tools car. Looks like this, looks absolutely fantastic. It does look really, really good. He will be driving an adapted, what is it, Hyundai i30 Fastback N. So that's going to be proper rapid. That's going to be a great car. Great to see how he does. Underlying how quick these cars are, Daniel De Leon did the fastest ever BTCC lap at Croft in testing this week with a 1:24.17, which is quicker than Ingram's pole position from last season. So absolutely lovely. And Jason Plato's new team, Plato Racing, have unveiled their full livery for the year, which is in this kind of reddy, purpley and white coloured car. I think it looks very, very good. So excited to see how they get on. Those Mercs look fantastic, right? Then into Formula E news, and Opel have signed Sophia Floresch as a development driver. We'll leave that one there. F2 news. F2 have slightly tweaked their calendar, so they have now announced that they are going to be joining F1 in Miami and Montreal, so 1st to the 3rd of May and 22nd to the 24th of May. First time F2 has been to either of those circuits. They've had to adjust their plan, as of course they're not racing at Bahrain or Jeddah, as they would have been this week, next week. So because of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, that's not happening. So in order to make sure they've still got enough rounds this year, or to keep the same amount of rounds this year, they've added in Miami and Montreal, which is fantastic. I'm really looking forward to see how well F2 do around those circuits, because they're usually quite entertaining circuits for F1. So I think with F2 cars and the banzai attitude of F2 drivers, I think it could be quite good fun. So there has been a meeting this week with the FIA talking about any changes they want to make to the F1 rules for 2026. Now, this enforced gap has given them a really good chance to have a look and a review on the rules and what they want to change, if anything, going forwards. There is a lot of thought about maybe changes to the power deployment, whether they should harvest as much or whether they're not harvesting enough. To improve qualifying more than the race, because I think the race, they're quite happy with the spectacle of the race and the passing, and they don't want to cock that up, which I completely get. Basically, they've had a meeting to decide to have another meeting. As always, the FIA on it. They're going to have two further meetings. They've got a sporting regulations discussion on April the 15th, and then a further technical session the following day. And then a further meeting to agree on any changes on April the 20th. So April 20th, we will know if there are going to be any changes to the regulations before we turn up in Miami. That might help some, it might not. What do you think? Do you think they should change the rules? Do you think there should be anything they can tweak this season to improve things a little bit? Are you happy with the qualifying spectacle? Pop it in the comments below and let me know what you think. Now, big breaking news this week is that Lambiase Gianpiero Lambiase, which is Max Verstappen's race engineer, is leaving Red Bull, and he will be going to join McLaren in a kind of team principally kind of role. McLaren have announced he will join him as Chief Racing Officer next season. An announcement, the team took care to announce that they were going to not be getting rid of Andrea Stella. Now, the rumours were that he was going to come in as a team principal, and it's quite clear that's the way he looks for his career to progress, right? So immediately the rumours are Andrea Stella is going to move on, and there are rumours about him joining Ferrari. That is, of course, still possible, just McLaren not announcing or not giving up. Where he fits in the structure with Zach Brown and Andrea Stella, I don't know. Does it quite fit? Are you going to have too many cooks spoiling the broth? You know, things generally are pretty good at McLaren. They seem to have a very cool structure that works, you know, that everyone looks up to. Andrea Stella has done a fantastic job, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to poach him. Now, rumours are that Aston Martin were desperately trying to poach Lambiase, and I can see why. It may be that hasn't worked out, and that McLaren have gone, well, we'll have him. We'll absolutely bid. We want him here, because they're trying to assemble the best talent in the pit lane, aren't they? And he's clearly very good. What does this mean for McLaren's lineup? Does it mean that they might make room for Mr. Verstappen later on? Who knows? The cards may fall in an interesting way, and who is excited to find out, because I certainly am. So that is that news story. So let's have a look at the M Sport Extra calendar. As always, Bahrain GP will not take place. MotoGP in Qatar will not take place. The supercars are taking place in Tapao. I'll show you how you can watch that in a minute. And the World Rally Championship is in Croatia. So there is racing this weekend. There is plenty to get your teeth into. A big thing I really am looking forward to watching is the GT World Challenge. You've got Lance Stroll racing there. This is a really, really brilliant championship. They're racing at Paul Ricard. Qualifying is live. It's all going to be live on YouTube. Definitely get watching, because there is plenty to see, and there's loads of different bits and pieces all through the weekend. The race itself starts Saturday 4 p.m. here in the UK, and you can watch it live on YouTube. Then if we look at the TNT Sports website, you can see that the Supercars Championship live 1:15 on Saturday morning for race 8. And then you can also see World Rally Championship is on here as well. So Croatia Rally, special stages, 7:15, and then all throughout the day. So more special stages all throughout the day, different bits of the World Rally Championship, all available also on TNT Sports. So loads of motorsport to watch. WEC Le Mans Cup Round 1, Barcelona qualifying. So there is loads and loads of motorsport. There's no F1, but it doesn't matter, because there is loads of motorsport to watch. So please do watch. Many thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you've got any thoughts on this week's news stories, and I will see you in the next one.